served as a passageway to the evil worlds beyond. It was written long ago. The seas ran red blood. It was this blood that was used to ink the book. In the year 1300 AD, the book disappeared.
Hey there, people of YouTube. It is yours truly, Peyton Sabo, back here in the shop once again. This is another video. Obviously, if you read the title and you've seen the thumbnail, you probably know exactly what this is going to be, but I'm going to pretend like you didn't do that and just play it out very naturally. I got some cool stuff to show today, and this video isn't exactly going to be about the main thing that you probably read in the title, but I'm pretending like you didn't even read it to begin with. I actually have a few things to show today, so if anything, this video is going to be themed, and the theme is Evil Dead 2, which, if you know me well, Evil Dead 2 is my favorite out of the entire series. I'm not going to share my second favorite of the series, because I feel like I will be strung up and gutted and fed to the vultures. This video is going to be Evil Dead 2 themed, so I have a few things to show today. I'm not sure exactly where I want to start, but I'm just gonna start grabbing shit and start talking about them. So obviously I have done a video about this before. This is my Evil Dead 2 raised top chainsaw, or cabin chainsaw, whatever the hell you want to call it. I sometimes like to call it the Excalibur saw. Sorry, I don't know why I'm already losing the ability to speak today. Me and my brother and a friend of mine have a convention coming up in I think about 2 weeks, and I actually started an advertisement for it. I'm not sure when that's coming out. Hopefully soon. But I am going to be going as Ash from Evil Dead 2, because last year I was Ash from the TV show. I had the gauntlet wrist piece, and I had like a denim button-up type deal. But I'll be Ash from Evil Dead 2. I'm gonna have the torn-up clothes. I'm gonna be dressed in his, I guess what you would call the Hero from the Sky attire, with the boomstick and the harness. So I have made some changes to this chainsaw that were not present when I last did a video on it, I think. Mainly being, I really do not remember if it had it, but first and foremost, I did change some stuff on the bottom. Originally, I sculpted two flathead bolt-looking things out of clay. There's one right here, and there used to be another one up here, which at the time was what I thought was accurate, but it wasn't until Chris Pollock, a really good friend of mine, and he's basically the godfather of Evil Dead 2 chainsaws. He makes the best Evil Dead 2 chainsaws that money can buy, and I can mark my words on that. I have seen them and I have handled them, and they are very nice. He did a raised top, I believe it was last year, and he uncovered some other details, and I don't even think this is screen accurate still. But I replaced it with a hex bolt that I spray painted black, and I roughed it up a little bit, and now it's in there. I don't remember if these two little screws were in it when I did the video, but those are there now. I keep knocking the fucking pipes up here. That's very concerning. And I did put the toggle switch down there as well. I think that was on it the last time I showed it. It's been a long time. I really don't remember, but it's all on there. And also, the biggest change that I made to this chainsaw that I also did on my TV show saw is that I added this groove on the starter cover, I guess you would say, and I added a little fake bolt. It's just like a nut that I filled in with some glue, and I painted it silver. But now that is there, which is accurate to the movie, and I am happy to say that my saws have that. I think that's basically all the stuff that I did to this saw, so those are very brief chainsaw upgrades that I wanted to share. I do really like this chainsaw. I think this one might be my favorite, considering it is 1-to-1 scale. If you want to know more about it, go watch the video that I posted about a year ago. Very fun saw, and I like it. It's a lot of fun. On honorable mentions, as you can see, we are in the shop again. My little brother is working on his Ghostbusters stuff. So if you are at all interested to see some Ghostbusters content, or just to see my little brother in general, yeah, I have a little brother, surprise. You can look him up on Instagram. It's CT_slasher, I believe, or you can just look up Tegan Sabo or something like that, or you can go to my account and go to my following list. You can probably find him there. He's working on Ghostbuster stuff, and he's also working on his Michael masks. You can see back there, he's got his Tots Halloween 1 and his Tots Halloween 2 V2, which I know I mentioned that in the last one. I don't know, I'm probably repeating myself and I don't realize it, but I don't really care. Next thing I got to show. Today I got these in the mail. These are a complete set of lost pages from Evil Dead 2 and I believe Ash vs. Evil Dead, because I believe they do make an appearance in that show as well. These are done by John Thomas. You can find him on Facebook or Instagram. If you want a set of these, you can contact him, and you can see some, if not all, of his work in the Knights of Sumeria Facebook group, which I do recommend you join that. Knights of Sumeria and the Ghost Beaters group, join those. You'll get a lot of content. Oh, another water droplet. I think you might have been able to see that. But I got 2 sets from him. This is one of them. And these are really nice. These are really, really nice. And these go in conjunction with what I've got to formally show you today that I'm saving for last, I guess. This is a complete set. Weathered very nicely, packaged very nicely. Some have like little notches taken out of them. Each page is very unique, and it's very high quality as well. Even weathered up the edges. I think he burned them a little bit, which I like a lot. I like burned Necronomicons. I don't know if it's a weird thing. Here's the, I believe it's called the Rotten Apple Head, as I call it, when they made the movie during production, which got moved into a haunted house, and then I don't think they ever really found out what happened to it from then on. Just all these pages are very unique. They all have their own sort of element to it. There's the Time Rift page, the passage. I just kind of have these in random order, but I kind of ordered them to make sense. So like you have the Time Portal, then you have Kandar Castle, which is this is one of my favorite pages of the whole thing. Then it has the Flying Demon, which I believe is the one that's seen at the end of the movie. I'm pretty sure. I could be absolutely wrong. There's 2 pages dedicated to that creature. And then you got the Piece of Resistance, the Hero from the Sky page, which I really, really like. I adore this page. Yeah, complete set. I just got these today, and they are wonderful. I love to have these in my collection. At some point, I might actually build a frame box to display these in, kind of like what Annie had in Evil Dead 2. And then, of course, they end up shattering it and reading from them. And as you can see, a little fucking water droplet caused a little damage up there, but that's okay, because it kind of suits it. That is my bad. I don't know, shit happens, and I can live with that. So, John Thomas, thank you for the pages. These are wonderful. I love them. Excellent addition to my collection. Now, let's get to the actual main attraction to this video. This is my Evil Dead 2 Necronomicon. Did I say more? This cover, a lot of people assume that this is the production mold cover. It is not. This is actually from the Evil Dead Anthology DVD set, which comes with this book, painted very poorly. I just looked at photos from, I looked at photos yesterday of this when I first got it. It was very poorly painted, and I completely forgot about how poor it looked. It's that cover. It's got a nice face to it. It's got no ear on the back, and it had really random pages that were done by Tom Sullivan, I believe. At least the artwork was. They were in a very absurd order. Now that I actually did the pages and put them in reasonably correct order. Looking back at what it originally had, it was very wrong. It was very, very wrong. And some of the pages that it had were a little extreme compared to what's actually in the book. So about like half a year ago, I seam ripped those pages out with the intent of rehauling this, and then it sat around for half a year. And yesterday we had a pretty nasty thunderstorm over here, and I was bored, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna set off to work on it again, and I did, and I finished it surprisingly, which I am pretty happy about, considering I love the Evil Dead 2 Necronomicon. It's one of my favorites. I think I'm not sure what my number one favorite is. It might be this one. I also really love the TV show book. In terms of the paint scheme I went with this, I know it looks very kind of dark and kind of muddy. When I painted this, I wanted to kind of capture that kind of grayish brown look that it has in the movie. A lot of people usually do the Tom Sullivan book, like the stunt book that he usually takes around for shows and displays in his museum, I guess. I don't really know what he does with it. People usually replicate that one. I kind of wanted to go for the look of the book that Ash picks up on the desk when he goes to the cabin, then reads it and fucks his whole life up from then on. I know it's still not perfect, but in my eye, I think it looks pretty nice, and it also kind of does the original paint job that this had justice. I don't know why we have this shit up. But I just kind of wanted to fulfill that gap in my heart of what I loved about this book to begin with, while doing it justice and, you know, making improvements upon it. Actually, I need to mention, when I first started working on this, I used the technique of plastodipping it, which is something that Albiardi, which I hope I am pronouncing that last name right again, because I think I pronounced it in the last video, and I still wasn't sure if I pronounced it right. It's a technique that Albiardi and Ryan Lewis solidified over the past few years of doing Necronomicons. I finally picked up a can. I don't know why it took me so long to get one. I picked up a can. I did a couple coats over this to make sure that it would kind of expand its lifespan a little more, and it worked very well. It's very solid. It feels like it's gonna last. I guess I'll talk about the sculpt now. The sculpt is very nice. Personally, I think it looks even better than the Tots book, because the Tots book has like a weird, like, it's kind of like a blandish, more rounded out book. That's what I didn't even know this thing could ring. Hello?
What's up, Peyton?
Oh, hey, Brett, how's it going?
Oh, how am I doing? It's really hot. It's really super hot. And you know what's weird? It's windy right now, too. It's not even a cool breeze. It's a hot wind. It's like a horse breathing on your face all day. It's just poof, poof, poof. Have you ever dealt with that? Things are getting sticky and sweaty where they shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? It's not fun.
Yeah, it's been pretty hot here, too.
The reason why I called you. The reason. Well, you said tots. I say totes.
Yeah, I say tots, because that's how you usually spell it with the initials. It's tots.
You know what a tot is? It's a tater. And you know where taters come from? Potatoes. Where do potatoes come from? The ground. What do you do with potatoes? You make French fries. That's what you do. You know what else you make with that? Curly fries, if you're weird like me and prefer them in a circular shape rather than the plain straight ones. That's what I like. You know what else? When I can't have curly fries, I order tater tots. A nice little crispy little treat, little fried potato. Now, when I order those, the waitress or the waiter, whoever, doesn't matter, whoever's taking my damn order, they never get that confused for a company that makes Necronomicons or other horror movie products. That's why it's totes instead of tots. But tots, totes, potato, potato, I don't care. I eat tots. I say totes. Whatever. Are you talking to me in something else other than a phone, some kind of electrical piece? That's just weird. Anyways, if it works, it works. Have fun, and it's looking great, buddy. I'll talk to you soon. It's totes.
All right, I'll catch you later. What's wrong with curly fries? Well, that was interesting. It's always nice to get a call from Mr. Groovy himself. Check out his channel if you haven't already. Great content. But back to what I was saying. This is better than the Totes sculpt, in my opinion, because that one's a little bit more rounded out and kind of not a bad book though. If you want a Necronomicon without putting any work into it, and you don't have a lot of money, like if you don't have a lot of money, get one of those. It does the job just fine. So the main what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know what I'm saying. The best part about this book is that it actually has pages in it. So I'm going to present that. I'm going to explain what I did. It didn't really make the noise, but when you usually open this thing, it actually makes like a really nasty creaking noise, like how it does in the movie, which I like a lot. Another shout out to Albiardi. I went off of his Necronomicon tutorial videos that he posted, I think a few years ago. Very helpful and very handy if you are a beginner with making pages, weathering them, binding them. Great stuff. Mine has the pages binded with a strip of paper, kind of like, well, not kind of like what Tom Sullivan did. It is what Tom Sullivan did, I guess. I don't know. I got to do more research and study some more. I am completely fucking clueless. But has the first page. This is mainly based off of the animatic book that you see in the beginning of the movie. Whoops. I'll hold this down. That book, the pages are not torn up or shredded, unlike the one that Ash picks up. That thing is shredded to high hell. And I actually didn't really realize that until I finished it, but then I realized the animatic one has clean pages, so I was like, not a big deal. But it has the proper first page. It has, I want to say, like 90% accurate pages. I'm pretty sure it's missing one or two. I'm not entirely sure. But it has the proper first page, which the Tots book is missing. I actually realized that after talking to a friend yesterday who has one. He showed me the first page, and I was like, wait a minute, something's missing. Which is kind of a perk after working on something like this. You recognize what's right and what's wrong. So this thing smells like Home Depot. And I'll tell you why. Because in terms of the staining method that was used, I used this stuff. This is, was it Varathane? Yeah, Varathane Wood Stain Golden Oak. Which I believe this is what Al recommended for me to use. I think last year. I couldn't. He used like a little like stick of it with like a sponge on the tip. I couldn't find that. I can only find the big bucket, which was good enough for me. He has his own application method. I used the same method. I'm not going to explain it because why would I do that? If you want to find out how to do it, go to his channel, watch his tutorial videos. Very helpful. Very, very helpful. So, going into this book, we have the very iconic skull page. And before I keep going in this, I do want to say this book is not 100% perfect. Like, some of the images are smaller than they should be. Some of them should be blown up to be way bigger. When I was working on this, I honestly had to work around some shit. Like, some images had to be smaller for the other side to be bigger, or the other way around. Just, I did what I could, and I'm happy with it. And it's the first Necronomicon I've ever put pages in, so I'm pretty happy with it. So you got the skull page, the text pages here. If you want to print these pages out for yourself and do them, go online and I don't remember what the website was, but Elder Props does files of these pages. For the longest amount of time, he had black and white ones, which is what I was going to do originally, like a year ago, and I'm glad that I didn't. I think it was literally a month ago, like almost approximately a month ago, he posted color files of it in the kind of like the blood red color. So I lucked out big time, and I use those. So if you want to print out some Evil Dead 2 pages, you go to Elder Props. Just look up Evil Dead 2 page files, Elder Props, you'll find them. So you have these text pages, you have the Melty Arms and the Demon Ass page, as I usually call it, because Demon Ass. This image should be blown up to be should be way bigger. Yeah, spit that out. But like I said before, some stuff had to be scaled down, and I'm fine with it. Nasty Claws. Whenever I had to work with this page in the project, I refer to it as the Crazy Bitch page, because look at that. You got the eyeball evolution, which I do really like. I don't think I ever really acknowledged this page until I did this project. It's like an evolution of the eyeball when you get possessed by the Kandarian spirit. Freaky ass head page. I have a page for every name. I have a name for almost every page in this book. The skulls. It's like evolution in reverse. Kind of like what the world is doing right now. Text page. Other text page. I like this page because it kind of has like blue undertones, which doesn't really make sense considering it was inked in blood. Still really cool though. I like these little creatures and that skull. Got the head on the stump, which is a really nasty and kind of freaky page, and I liked it more and more. Originally, I thought it was stupid. You got this, which I believe is of the Blood Ocean. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be colored in red, but this is just how it was. Maybe I'll fix that in the future. I'm not entirely sure. We got the, I don't know, weapons and knives page and the trees. Here we have the Deadites we know and love from the movie Evil Ed and Deadite Ash. Another water droplet. As a detail that Al pointed out recently, well, not really recently, but to a degree recently, this page is not exactly accurate, but it is more faithful to the idea of the book being inked in blood. Because originally, or I guess what Tom did, he made the hair blonde and put blue pupils in his eyes for whatever reason. So this one doesn't have that, which I do like. I love that Evil Ash page. Next page, I don't know, twigs and leaves, I don't know. Another random text page, and look at that, water droplets, because I had them drowning in the bench over here underneath the pipe before I knew that it was dripping. There's another water droplet about to fall. Come on, you can do it. I should not have done that. Wow. There has been some water droplets on here, and they kind of suit it. Like, it just looks like kind of inflamed blood or something like that. I really don't know, but it looks fine. I think it looks kind of cool. They got the I call this a treasure map. Don't ask me why. It's a fun little page. I don't know why, but as I worked in this book more and more, these pages slowly became my favorites, and I really don't know why. They're kind of cool looking, I like spacey shit. You got Saturn and the moon and, all that. I'm not sure what this page is called, but it looks kind of like the time rift sequence at the end of the movie, so I usually refer to that as the time rift page, even though that's with the lost pages. Random text page. Bunch of random text. Random text. Agonizing faces. And then this really weird, stretched out looking face. And my signature, because I like to sign my stuff, and this is my book. So, it smells like Home Depot, man, I'm telling you. That's basically my latest Necronomicon. I'm very happy with how it turned out, and if you don't like it, that is not my problem. You can go cry in a corner somewhere. This is my Necronomicon, and it's unique because it is mine, and I made it. I'm very happy that I got to finish this. I'm really happy that it has pages in it, once again. Actually, it closes fairly well on itself, considering it has 17 pages in there. I'm going to do a little page flip, like what Brett's Groovy does with his Ash Versus book. That wasn't as good, but you get the idea. God, even when I close it, that scent gets pushed out. It smells like wood stain. But that's basically my Necronomicon, and yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm very happy to add it to my collection of movie replicas. I don't really know what you want to call it. So I guess that kind of concludes this video. So once again, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope I maybe taught you a thing or two, or at least sparked some interest between certain creators or people that I mentioned. Once again, John Thomas, Lost Pages, very nice, very wonderful, nice set. Check out Brett's Groovy Chainsaws. Check out Al Viardi, aka Gothman's Epic Stuff. Check out Knights of Sumeria and the Ghost Beaters on Facebook. And if you haven't already, check me out on Instagram or Facebook. On Instagram, I am known as sabo.slasher. I'll put that in the description. And on Facebook, it's just my name, so it can't be that hard. So, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.